Hello, my friends. Hope you're doing great this beautiful Saturday morning. for a moment, I forgot what it was. Today is January the 6th, and I'm gonna do analyze some pairs, what we expected for the next week, and pretty much show you guys a couple new stuff. It's not new stuff that I barely started using, but I've been using it, for years already. I want to show you guys another platform, not only a MetaTrader. I'm pretty sure if you are a experienced or semi-experienced trader, you know about TradingView, and it's a great platform to also monitor and see your pairs. It is very versatile. Let me show it to you guys right here. It is very versatile. It's right here. You can change pretty much everything. Colors. You can change the every single detail, even the background. You can flag for example, if I can flag some of the pairs. If I wanna, blue, that means something to me. I can say blue is pairs that are getting ready for a setup or something like that. Maybe I'm just giving you examples. Green, it can be okay, I'm in active trading right now. That green means to me, you can do stuff like that. You can also have some alarms. Well, I'm not here to show you, right? But or to do a review about TradingView, but it's a great platform. It's free, okay, but if you get the paid version of it, you can do extra stuff, and part of those benefits will be that you don't get ads. Like it will show ads right here if you're not doing the paid, but you can still do a lot of things. I think they'll let you use up to 3 indicators max, but it's a great platform. So today what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys what it's pretty much what I do with the two platforms. Normally when I am doing my analysis, I come here to TradingView. Okay, so let me get a brand new pair so I can illustrate what I'm pretty much what I do. For example, let me do something different here. We're gonna get Bitcoin right there, because you can have cryptos, forex, futures, actions. That's another benefit of TradingView is you can check stocks. I have this in Spanish, but don't worry about it. You can check stocks, Bitcoin. So let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, once I excuse me, once I double click Bitcoin, oh sorry, I didn't get it. Bitcoin, and it'll show down here in my list. Okay. Oh, Bitcoin 40,000 now. Okay. So now I get Bitcoin. Let's see. So, and obviously I have a technique how to, how to analyze the market. I have my EMAs right there. This is my major EMA, and every time the market is above my major EMA, meaning it's above, normally if I know that I am not in a retracement like this, I'm looking for buys at that point. Okay, so the retracement ended right there, so I put like a line right there. Then I can go to the 4-hour, and that retracement looked like a beautiful double bottom right there. Okay, so I don't trade Bitcoin, okay, but I trade other markets. These are the normal markets that I trade right there, gold and also US30. But for trading Bitcoin, I mean, definitely I knew that was a retracement, so automatically I throw my trend lines and everything adds up like perfectly. That's my trend line. That was my last low at that point. So to get like sniper trades, I can go. I wish I can go in here. So there is a way. I mean, once I get here, let's say this didn't exist. This is another feature of Trading View. I cut that, and I can do a replay mode right here. I can play like that. Okay, let me get rid of that again. So I can explain what I'm trying to say. Okay, once up there, let's say I was in Bitcoin right there. Oh, normally what I'm waiting is for this trend line to get break, but I have a smaller impulses and corrections right here too, so I can go to a lower time frame. Let's go to 30 minutes. We'll make this bigger so you can really see what I'm talking about. 30 minutes, and I will put my trend line again. The lowest low that I see here is this one right there. Okay, so I normally put my trend line in the origin of that move, which was around this area right there. So that's why I'm gonna put my trend line. So I do my trend line right there, and what I am waiting is for the market. I have two smaller EMAs right there, and normally I go in after everything happens, but once I have a cross of the smaller EMA, which is an A, and then the 14, the cross happened there, but I still have my trend line, so I'm gonna wait for a cross of a trend line that happened. I have a cross of the EMAs, and also I have a breaking candles at this point. So normally I will go into the market around this area right there. I will definitely put my stop loss below the low around here. And remember, I'm at the 30 minutes right now. I can even go lower, but once I know where I am, I can get the sniper trades, entries. 15 minutes, I can go even tighter, right? Remember I had my entry right there. Normally I look for my entries. If I'm in front of my computer at that point, I look for my entries with the 15 minutes. So I'll wait for this cross of my smaller EMAs to the major EMA, and then a candlestick breaking up or closing above my trend line, and that's my entry. Okay, so I'm gonna mark my entry right there. I'm gonna put a darker color so we can see it. Put it like this. So that was my entry, and then I will put my stop loss normally right there. I'm gonna put it in red. I'm just giving you guys an example of how I trade pretty much. Excuse me. So once I'm there, so this was my entry pretty much right there. My entry was right there. Now let me put it again on the 4 hour so you can see my entry in the 4 hour. Okay, so my entry was right there, so I'm taking advantage. Now once I have my entry right there, I know that this market, it's definitely going to go and visit the trend line as a minimum. Okay, so let's do a replay mode on this trend line. And as you know, we know this happened already. That the market did all this, right? Normally I will put my take profit once it crosses the main trend line, and this is another entry right there. Okay, that's another entry because it breaks Normally my take profit right here will be to a trend line about here, or minimum this high or this high, because I look to the left for take profits. This high or this high right there for take profits. Okay. A take profit, we know that the market is going to retrace because it does it all the time. Wait for it to retest on the 4 hour. In this case, it did the perfect retest right there. Plus you have structure to the left. You entry again. Once it crosses, you can do it again. Go to the 15 minutes, look for an early entry, and you take advantage pretty much of all the move of the markets. It sounds so easy, right, when you're doing it, when you can see it happen already. But market repeats. I mean, that's what it does over and over and over again. That's what we got to learn. It's harder to see while it's happening. I totally understand that, but you got to understand that the market repeats, and we take advantage of those repetitions of the history of the markets. So if we can hit 7 trades, even 6 trades, but your ratio, it's your winnings, your wins are bigger than your losses, you're always going to come ahead in the market. Okay, so let me get rid of all that so we can go into our analysis. That's just a little introduction, a little tips and tricks that I like to show almost every time. So let's get it going. All right, let me start with GBP odd. I already have something marked right there for GBP odd. In the daily, I know I'm above my main EMA, but at this point, it is showing me that we are in a big in a consolidation or a retracement. I go to the 4 hour, and it looks more granular. You can see it more in detail. That's a consolidation right there. And I have it boxed already. I need to move this a little lower. I like to box the consolidations like that, because this retest of this and this can be entries also. Okay, now let's go to the 1 hour, and normally that's where I'm gonna leave it as far as monitoring my trades. Now I have an impulse coming down right now from this point to this point. I'm waiting for a retracement to my 50 to 61 Fibonacci. And if this happens, if I see a price action candlesticks coming down from that point, I will enter in the market, and I will get my targets to this point right there, to this low. Okay. There's different strategies we can use here, but normally that's the most basic one, and that's the ones that I use normally. Now, if the retracements go back, now if it doesn't do a retracement in this area, this can go straight down. Okay, then it'll do a retracement. But if it does a retracement anywhere here, I'm always gonna wait for it to go to 5061.8. And if it gives me an entry down, I will go into the market. Okay, but if the market keeps going up and then passes this critical area right there, because I call this my supply, because that's another class that I can do. That we call this a supply area. That's in the past. We see it was a supply. It's supply. It just dropped from there like rain. So it was a supply area. Normally this area, I call this my demands area, because you can see that was a big demand right there. Look at those candlesticks. And that happens over and over. Supply and demands, supply and demands. But there are some rules that we got to follow, so we can call those really a supply and demand. So if it passes this and then it breaks above, normally I will change my bias, for a buy. In that case, I will wait for a break and retest of this area to go higher. That is the plan. So we're going to follow the market, and the market is going to tell us, which way it's going to go. Okay, so that's the plan for. You can copy this, take a picture, or you can just draw it into your charts. That's what we're waiting for. GP odd, GP JPY, and I try to use this this pairs because these are the pairs that move the more. Sometimes if you go in a trade in the odd USD or Euro USD, it will take 2-3 days to give you 60-70 pips. This pairs right there can give you that in 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so that's why we try to take advantage of that. Okay, this pair, the daily, what do we got? It's above my main EMA. We're going up, and I'm not gonna change that until I see something different. Okay, so excuse me, I have an impulse right there. I have a broken structure. I haven't talked about that yet, so I put my setup right there. If I see that the market comes to my golden area right here and then gets me a reaction to the top, I will go to it. If the market breaks this and then comes and keeps going to this and then breaks this low, then we change our bias to selling. Okay, and that is a big possibility because GP JPY are very extended already in the daily. Look at that. Excuse me. So we're definitely due for a good retracement, at least. Okay, so this, it can go higher definitely, or it can start doing retracement before going higher. Two options only, but we know that, so we're ready to catch the market doing that. Okay, the GP JPY, GPUSD. Okay, GPUSD, we're in between boxes. That consolidation right there, I boxed it already. So in this case, the strategy changes a little bit. What I'm waiting is for test or retest of that area right there. It doesn't have to, as long as it touches it or gets very close to it. I mean, I'm waiting for a reaction to sell the market, and if it breaks everything that is supposed to break, my take profit, it's you know, it's gonna be at least this area right there, or I can put like 3 take profits and very clearly take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. Okay, the market, it's very predictable in that way. So we're gonna wait for a break of a trend line in this one right here. And you know what I do, right? If you've seen my videos, I'm gonna wait for a retest. I'm gonna look for a price action. It's good to understand a little bit of price action, formations, you know, the normal stuff. Evening stars, morning stars, big candles like this. I forgot the name of the candles, of the big candle. Involving robbing. I forgot the name. Very big candles like that, the normal forms like in this area. Let's look for another one. And it's important for them to form in critical areas like this, like that one right there. Engulfing candle, it just came to me. Engulfing candles, which, you know, it happens on critical area. That's an engulfing candle. Why? Because it engulfed the previous candles completely, the price action in the previous right there. Let's look for another engulfing candle. There's another one right there. That was an engulfing candle. They pretty much engulf completely the price action before that, or the candle before that. Okay, so we're gonna look for some price action in this area to see if we're gonna take the market lower. What I do, just to see clear, I do this. I put my trend line at this point, and I gotta see, because although that I see that the market is already getting break right there, it can shoot up one more time or two, and then I'm gonna again adjust my trend line until I see a really real clear break of the trend line. So for now we're gonna leave it there until the market tells us to move it. Okay, let's look at the odd USD. We're gonna look at this pairs right there. So, and I'm gonna speed it up right now. What I'm waiting for in the market in the 1 hour, that's the setup right there. Okay, same thing. I'm waiting for a retracement to this area. If I get a price action to buy, I will buy. If I see that it's breaking this area, it goes to this critical area. We can buy from here too. But once it passes this area right there, I'm already considering that it's gonna go to the base right here, and this is critical because this can break or they can just bounce up and go higher. So those are the critical areas. Number one, here. If it doesn't get here, sometimes it can go from here to here, 38.23. It's no trade. I mean, it was no clear retracement. Okay, it was just a little fake coming down, and boom, they go up quick. So there's no trade. But if they go here, they're going to show their hand. Market makers, they're going to show their hand here. They can show their hand in this area and here. Anywhere in those three. If you see that the market keeps going down, lower and lower. But we try to avoid all that. That's why our stop loss is here. You know, normally if I'm here, my stop loss is going to be below here. If I'm anywhere in this area, my stop loss is going to be below over here. Okay, so that's the plan for our USD. GPNCD, that's the plan for this one. That's the box. I'm waiting for a retracement to that move right there, and then come down, or to see if the market is going to go all the way to the top, and then after here we're going to see if we can go lower. Okay. For the gold, that's the plan also. I am waiting this on the gold to do a retracement to the bottom. Let me see how this looks in the 4 hour. Yeah, that's the box right there. Okay. Why do we have that box right there? Because we have a previous support, and the market's already reacted to that box, so it's already jumping up. So in the 1 hour, make this bigger. In the 1 hour, we see this impulse, retracement, and it broke that structure. So that gives us a hint that this, with high probability, this can go higher. Okay. So what I'm gonna wait, it's for a retracement. Now, there's a way to do this. It's just like it's gonna happen like that, because this can keeps. I wouldn't go in the market like that, because that's just a little retest, right, of this structure right there and of the 50. I wouldn't go there. I want to have my strategy, the one I'm using right now, because that could be another strategy right there, but I'm not doing that. My strategy is to go a good retracement to the 50 to 61.8, then I will go into the market. But in this case, I wouldn't go. This can keep going up, so I'm gonna keep moving my Fibonacci higher until this gives me a retracement to my 50 to 61.8 area. That's the strategy. Okay, and this is a very good strategy right there, because it's obligating us, or it pushes us to follow the trend, pretty much follow the trend most of the time. And when we have a loss, is because maybe there's a change of trend. Okay, so we're gonna be doing that also. And the US 30, this market moves like crazy. It moves so fast. Okay, so that's why a lot of people trade this. Okay, this is pretty much it's based on the dollar, obviously, in 30 companies in the United States. So this is part of indices, but it's tradable. If your MetaTrader has that, you can trade it. Just learn how to trade it, go to the minimum, learn it. Okay, What I'm waiting on this, we have a break of structure right there. The market broke, it went higher. So I'm waiting for that retracement to go here. Okay, and then maybe go up, maybe to do a double top. We'll see what happens. Or the market can start, just reacting down. Okay, but in this case, I like for the market to go here to see if it's going to react up. From that point, I will check if I'm just gonna go down from that point on USD. Well, that's it for today for this analysis. We're gonna check in the markets next week. Not next week, but on Wednesday to see where we are. Please subscribe. I want to grow this channel to at least 1,000 people so we can do live tradings and do more stuff. And because YouTube lets you do more stuff once you get to 1,000. Like live trade, lives, when you guys can ask questions and stuff like that in the market. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and so you can get a when I drop a signal or I drop an alert, or if I'm gonna do a video, you guys can get a reminder. Well, thank you very much. This is Jay Flores. Thank you for being with me today. Don't give up trading. It's hard, but it's not impossible. It takes time to get it. But please ask me questions. I will gladly answer on the next. If I see questions in the comments, I will make a note of it and I will answer in the next video. Okay? I'm dedicated to this channel now, so that's what I'm doing. Thank you so much. God bless you all. God bless America.